everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Teresa. I am a registered dietitian, and on my channel I actually explore a lot of different things: lifestyle, beauty, diet. And part of it is documenting along the way my weight loss journey. I've lost around 50 pounds, give or take, because I don't really know where I was at my starting point, but and really doing it through a variety of ways. And I try to share what I've learned and what I'm doing at different times. So that said, I've done primarily a lot of ketogenic, low carb, and incorporated some fasting as well. But in this video, I want to talk specifically about diets for weight loss, and perhaps maybe something will resonate with you if you are trying to lose weight and not having success. And it has to do with your body type. You may have heard of the different body types, like an apple-shaped body type versus a pear-shaped body type. And with an apple-shaped, I'm actually an apple-shaped body type, those people tend to gain most of the weight around their midsection, and it's actually considered to be more, have greater risks associated with it for developing diseases and such. So I would say that most men tend to be apple-shaped, and then a lot of women, like I said, I am apple-shaped, and then oftentimes women after menopause may become more apple-shaped as they add more visceral fat around the midsection. And visceral fat is that fat that's like in there, like around the organs and things. So versus pear-shaped people, which a lot of times women are, tend to gain more fat in the hips and thighs and that area. So it's supposed to be less associated with disease. And the reason I bring this up, I remember years ago running across a study, and I tried to make a mental note, and I finally found the study again that I wanted to reference because it's from back in 2007, but it was from the Journal of the American Medical Association. And I think it was conducted by David Ludwig, which he's very involved with, I think still currently, low carbohydrate diets, especially with children. But this particular study, which I don't know that it got a lot of attention, and I think it might help clarify for a lot of people, is that it took, I think, like 73 people who were overweight or obese, based on their body type, apple-shaped or pear-shaped. And just, I'm going to very much simplify this. I'm not going to get all the nuts and bolts. Basically, both they split them up, and so some followed a low-fat diet, like a low-calorie, calorie-restricted diet, and others followed a low-carbohydrate diet. So the pear-shaped people lost about the same amount of weight, no matter which type of diet that they were on, either the calorie-restricted low-fat or the low-carbohydrate diet. But they actually both regained about, I think, half of the weight, no matter what diet that they were on. The apple-shaped people lost significantly more weight on the low-carbohydrate diet than they did on the low-fat diet. And here's the kicker. The apple-shaped people who followed the low-carb diet did not regain that weight. Pretty significant. So, and I think a lot of it has to do with reducing that insulin resistance. And if they were able to lower their insulin by lowering their glucose, that then they can tap into their fat stores and kind of help reset their metabolism. Just my thinking anyway. So I know there's a lot out there, and you see like videos of people either on YouTube or TikTok or wherever talking about being in a calorie deficit. And, you know, to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Well, maybe for some people that's more effective. If you happen to hold most of your weight in your like thighs and butt and hip area, you might do okay on a calorie restricted diet or a typical low-fat diet. However, if you tend to be more of an apple body shape, you might consider doing more of the traditional low carb or even ketogenic diet, because that is going to target that insulin resistance more. And much like this study, I think it's more likely to stay off, assuming you continue to follow that type of eating pattern. And, you know, some people can have some success on calorie restriction. My thinking is that when people restrict calories, regardless, even if they're not following low carb per se, there is some degree of reduction in carbohydrates because of the reduction in overall calories. And I think that's probably where the biggest benefit comes from. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because I think I'm a big proponent that not everything works for everybody, and finding kind of that sweet spot of what works for you. But if you have tendencies, like I do, and a lot of other people, to be more of that apple body shape, you might find bigger success following a low carb or ketogenic diet. So I would, as always, love to hear your comments and feedback, and tell me what works for you, what doesn't work for you, or what has worked, what hasn't worked. Because I know for me, I love going on other videos and reading the comments. I find it very inspiring and motivating. So more to come on my diet journey, including a fasting update. But for now, I just wanted to share this little snippet of a study from way back in 2007 that might shed a little bit of light on what works for some people, but maybe not others. So again, thanks so much for watching. And if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.